Hey guys, this is Jared with Hoodoo Sports, and today we're installing footrests on our Hoodoo Element 100S kayak. So if you purchased one of our older Element 100S models, they did not come with footrests, so those will need to be installed if you choose to. So the first thing we're going to do is line up the footrests. You're going to have one per side, and they just slide into the rails. And you're going to want to make sure the end with the notch on it goes forward. So here you can see a close-up of the notch, and you want to make sure the end with the notch goes forward and the end without goes to the rear. And to adjust your footrest on the rails, they have a clip that you just squeeze in, and you can slide them to where you want them positioned. So now you're going to want to figure out where you want the rails positioned. We recommend having the drop-in lined up with the accessory rails above it. And you're going to want to position it about an inch down from that accessory rail, but if you want it lower or higher, you can do so depending on if you want the footrest on your heel or on your toe or right in the middle of your feet. The screws you'll need for this installation are about 1.25 inches in length, and they have a rounded pan head, and they are metric 6, so M6. 1.25 inches. And you're going to need 3 of those screws per side and 3 well nuts per side, and we'll get to the size of those well nuts in just a second. So you're going to need M6 by 1/2 inch well nuts for this install. So once you have these lined up, and again that's about 1 inch down from the accessory rails, and line that drop in up, go ahead and drill your first pilot hole where the screw hole is on the end. And then once you have that drilled, you're going to go ahead and line up the rails again. And then you can proceed to go ahead and drill your rear pilot hole. So once you have your first 2 pilot holes drilled, you're going to want to go ahead and measure again just to make sure they're both equal on each end. So go ahead and ensure one last time that everything's even. And now you're going to need a 1/2 inch drill bit, and then you can go ahead and start drilling your holes for where your well nuts will go. So keep in mind when you're drilling your holes here, you're not drilling into metal, so you don't need to force it. You just want to let the drill bit do the cutting, and that will give you the cleanest hole possible in the hull of a kayak. So once you have the 1/2 inch holes drilled, go ahead and pop in your well nuts. You want the flange facing outward, so that's what keeps the well nut from going all the way through the hull of the boat. So go ahead and pop in the front and the rear. So now there's a 3rd hole you have to drill, and that hole is in the center of that rail, so we need to go ahead, line it up, and you want to drill a pilot hole where that center screw hole is in the rail. And now you can go ahead and take your 1/2 inch bit again, drill a 3rd hole for that center pilot hole, and that's where your 3rd well nut is going to go. And you can go ahead and place that there. So now you're going to align your 3 M6 screws to the 3 well nuts, and then we'll go ahead and get those started with the drill. So you only want to get these started with a power drill. You don't want to drill these all the way tight with your drill because it could push the well nuts all the way through the boat. So just get them started with the drill, and then we'll hand tighten them the rest of the way down with an Allen wrench. And again, now that they're snug, you're just going to want to finish hand tightening them with an M6 Allen. And just make sure everything's tight and secure. And now you can go ahead and slide your footrests onto the rails. And that's it, guys. You're just going to want to repeat this whole process on the other side now.